Welcome to this video to all the Moon in Gemini humans. If you're a naturally sensitive or creative person, then knowing stuff about your moon placement in your own birth chart is really, really valuable. Our moon represents our emotions, how we feel safe, how we feel secure, how we feel nourished. And it also represents the body and how the body feels good and safe, and the nervous system is allowed to relax and be at a functional level where we can get to express ourselves in the world. When your moon is in Gemini, you are a person who is nourished and nurtured by knowing information, by being sociable, by having contacts, being a networker, being somebody who is learning and growing all the time. The shadow part of Gemini energy, when we're talking about the moon expression, is an over busyness. So too much activity, too much going out late, not enough sleep, overstimulation, feeling overwhelmed, and not feeling that there's this balance between rest and work. So to pay attention to that is going to be really important for you, Gemini moons. The antidote is to know that when you restore yourself by having time away from people, you are going to be that much more focused on what really serves you. You're not going to be as scattered. So another shadow part of Gemini moon could be that the energy that you're giving to things is scattered and unfocused. So the beautiful thing about bringing balance of coming back to quietness, coming back to time on your own, recharging with something that you find enjoyable. And for you, it still might involve some form of stimulation like some music or a podcast when you're awake, making sure you obviously get sleep like everybody needs, but you still just might need to have some stimulation in order to feel motivated. But to pull it back in a bit and not be quite as social sometimes would be really, really important for this Gemini moon energy. In order for you to be that creative person, you do need positive stimulation. So you need things that inspire you, that light you up. So make sure that you're discerning with what you absorb. You need to make sure that you're absorbing things that are in alignment with your values, that are helping you to head in a particular direction of self-expression. So as a Gemini moon, you have Mercury ruling your moon sign. You might be a writer. You might be someone who creates content in social media or videos or trainings. You might be a natural communicator, and that might be your form of creative expression. Language and words are likely to be something that you're really drawn to with a Gemini moon. And that is a beautiful way a natural, beautiful way for you to express that moon energy. I'm just going to bring in a channeled message for all the Gemini moons, just to help really bring in some higher spiritual information about what you need to be aware of with this moon placement. The natural communicators still need to use their tuning fork of discernment and tune into the station that you wish to be exposed to. The information coming from higher guidance is that you can become scattered, you can become frazzled by too much activity in the mind. Your Gemini moon is desirous of information and interaction, and it can still get overwhelmed. So the information we would love you to hear is that it is beneficial to tone it down. It is beneficial to switch it off for periods of time. And you may not need as much switched off time as other people might, but you still need it nonetheless. So where somebody else requires a whole day of low communication or low stimulation, you might just need 2 hours. You might just need half an hour sometimes just to de-stress, pull away from everything and reset yourself, and then be ready. And in that time away, you will feel more discerning with what you return to. You will know what you're attracted to. Anytime the nervous system or the brain gets overwhelmed, we lose discernment. So I keep hearing myself say that word in this particular video. So notice how you can refine what you pay attention to, what you absorb. That refining and discerning is a real superpower for you, and it will allow you to be more productive with the things that you want to create out in the world. All right. So rest is important for you, and you might not realize how much you need because there's this urge to keep going. There's almost like a natural motor that just wants to keep ticking along for you with this Gemini moon. Okay, they're just asking me to share one more thing, and that is that you'll know when you're out of balance because arguments and conflict will come up. And you will trip over your words or find that you're offending people without meaning to. That's a beautiful sign. If you're finding that there's conflict, unnecessary confrontation, arguments, feeling that you've been wronged, misunderstood, that people have gotten the wrong end of the stick with what you've said, that is your time to retreat, reset, become more discerning, slow everything down a bit, and know that while communication is a natural gift for you, you can get carried away with words, and that you might need to just pull that back in order to create more harmony again and de-stress the nervous system, because that can feel really unpleasant for our brains and our nerves. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this short video on having your moon in Gemini. If you have somebody that you love who has a moon in Gemini, you might want to share this with them, and feel free to subscribe to my channel to have access to all the other signs so you can learn more about moon energy.